The Christmas Bird. Flash fiction by Graham Downes. First published 9 December 2014. "Isn't it ridiculous?" said Sylvia. "What?" asked Candace, who was standing beside her, staring into the window of the pet shop. "Those stupid snow motifs painted on the window, and Father Christmas standing there dressed in his red suit and white fur. If he were really here, he'd die of the heat. This is Joburg, you know. It's the middle of summer. When have you ever known it to snow in Joburg in December?" "You're probably right," replied Candace, and chuckled. "It reminds me a little of that Ed Jordan song. Still, I think you might be overthinking it. You should just enjoy the season. Hey," she continued, pointing at the bright green parrot she spied inside the shop. "Look at that parrot. Isn't he cute? Let's go inside. I want to take a closer look." Sylvia squealed with delight when the parrot squawked, "Hello, pretty lady." "You're right," she said to Candace. "He is adorable. I wonder how much he costs." But Candace wasn't listening. She was staring into the bird's eyes, mesmerized. "Hello, Candace." "Did you hear that?" said Candace. "He just said, 'Hello, Candace.'" "No, he didn't," replied Sylvia. "He said, 'Hello, pretty lady.' Are you all right?" She pressed the back of her hand against Candace's forehead. "She can't hear me, Candace. Please don't tell her what I'm saying. She will think you're crazy. If you buy me, I'll make you rich. You'll never have to work again." Candace shook her head and brushed Sylvia's hand away. She was hypnotized, under the parrot's spell, but she understood what he was saying. "You're right," she said, and chuckled nervously. "I just got carried away. I guess he just spoke to me in a different way. Oh, Sylvia, I just have to have him." "I'd love to as well, but I don't think it would work at my place. I have cats. Find out how much he costs. If you buy him and keep him in your flat, promise me I can come visit him whenever I want." Candace carried the cage with the parrot inside and placed him on the mantel next to the Christmas tree that she had set up the night before. "Now, what should I name you?" "My name is Patronus." "All right then, Patronus." Candace was suddenly feeling very sure of herself after the initial shock of Patronus speaking to her back at the pet shop. "You made me a promise of what you would do if I brought you home." "Check your bank balance online." Candace walked over to the computer, opened her internet browser and logged into her banking website. She checked her balance and saw an amount ending in more zeros than she could count. She clapped her hands together and was about to thank the parrot when there came a knock at the door. "Your dinner guest has arrived." Candace opened the door to find Sylvia standing there, holding a bottle of wine. Before Candace could greet her, Sylvia pushed her way past into the flat. "Oh, he's gorgeous," she said upon seeing the parrot. "What did you decide to call him?" "Thank you," said Candace. "His name is Patronus." "That's a funny name for a parrot." "It's weird, Syl. He just spoke to me, and I knew that's what I had to call him. Anyway, put that wine on the table and come look here. I want to show you something on my bank." Sylvia stared at the screen showing Candace's bank balance. "How the hell—" But before she could finish her question, Sylvia doubled over in pain, the palms of her hands pressed into her eyes. She screamed. "Sylvia, what's wrong?" screamed Candace. She was able to pry Sylvia's hands away from her eyes, and, staring into them, she saw that they were balls of pure red. "My eyes, they're burning, I can't see," sobbed Sylvia. By this time, Sylvia was rolling around on the floor, and blood had begun to seep from her eyes and down her cheeks. Candace was frantic. She fell onto the floor on top of Sylvia, trying to calm her, but unsure of what to do. After a few moments, Sylvia stopped sobbing. She stopped moving too, and the blood stopped running down her face. Candace checked and found that she had stopped breathing. As Candace lay over Sylvia's lifeless form, sobbing, she began to feel cold. "Why did you do that, Candace?" "Do what?" she said through her tears, and looked at the parrot, but something to the left of Patronus caught her eye. The Christmas tree, sitting next to him on the mantel, had a thin layer of white atop its branches. Snow? The temperature was dropping fast. Candace hugged her arms and rubbed them with her hands to keep warm. She glanced at the window. It was frosting over. On the floor, the blood from Sylvia's eyes was frozen on her cheeks. Candace started to weep. The tears froze on her face as soon as they left her eyes. She looked up at the parrot on the mantel and mouthed the word, "Why?" "I promised you, you'll never have to work again." For more of Graham Downes' writing, visit his website at www.grahamdownes.co.za.